I want to say thank you all for being here today. Really, for us in the city of Oakland, we have been in great need of additional officers. And today, to be able to graduate 25 officers will really be helpful to this department, as our current number was at 669. So these 25 officers will take us to 694. Again, obviously with the level of crime that we've seen in the city, these additional officers, I really do appreciate their sacrifice. I appreciate them all stepping up in this moment, and I look forward to seeing them out there serving the community. I want to also thank our city council for authorizing additional funding for 2 additional academies. You can see from today's event that there are young people, young men and women that truly want to come to the city of Oakland and make this city safe. They want to help people, and so I'm happy to have them, particularly 6 new women officers. That is really encouraging. We have recruited more women officers, and so it's good to see that we are growing the department not only in numbers, but also growing the number of women that we have in our department. So that was also encouraging today.
A question? How many of the officers that you graduated are from the area?
We estimated over 35%. It's about 9 that are actually from Oakland or have a connection to Oakland. So for us, again, that is directly in line with our recruiting efforts. We were seeking to continue to grow the number of Oakland officers, and so we're encouraged. A current class, our 187 class is currently going, that is 38 officers in it currently, also has a large representation of Oaklanders as well. So that is a part of our recruiting effort, and we'll continue to see if we can grow that number as well. So I also want to update you on the Kevin Nishita homicide case. We have made 2 arrests in that case. We are, again, continuing to investigate the case and work with the district attorney's office on charging. We feel strongly that we've identified a 3rd suspect as well that we are seeking right now with the help of our law enforcement partners. But we are closing in on this investigation. We have worked diligently across the clock, around the clock, to identify the people responsible. We really do thank the community for all of the information that they've brought forth to help us solve this case. I believe that their assistance was key in identifying that vehicle that we recovered and spoke about, the white Acura from last week, which was recovered fairly quickly after pushing it out to community. And then our officers, particularly our homicide investigators, have been working with local law enforcement agencies across the Bay Area to help us identify the people that we believe were responsible for this heinous crime. I won't be releasing names today because we are still working with the district attorney's office on charging, and we are also looking for a 3rd suspect. But in the next coming days, I feel confident that the district attorney will charge this case, and we will be able to come before the public and say that the 3 individuals responsible for the murder of Kevin Nishita have been charged with that crime. So that's where we are with that case.
Will there be a reward handed out for this?
Once we completely arrest and prosecute these individuals, then the district attorney will help us determine who was fit for a reward for that information.
Chief, what's the status of the registered owner of that white Acura? Was that one of the people you've arrested, and is that person still in custody, or have they bailed out?
I won't elaborate on the specific details. We did arrest the owner of the white Acura. I won't, his current status, in custody status, I won't mention. You can find that out, obviously, through public information. But again, this is still an open investigation, and we are still seeking other people in this investigation. So we will continue to try to, get as much information as we can. And as soon as I can push out all the names and give you a true rundown of how we got to this point, I think we can do that at a later date. But we are, I believe, closing in on the 3rd suspect, and we will also be closing in on getting this case charged.
Chief, do you think that one of the other suspects you've arrested is the person who pulled the trigger and killed Kevin?
I'm not able to say at this point what role that individual played in the investigation, but I think once we charge the case, I think it'll come out as to all 3 individuals' roles in that. In this heinous crime.
All the 3 individuals were on scene, or do you have any suspects that weren't on the scene?
Yes, all 3 individuals that are involved were on scene.
The 2 suspects currently in custody with them, what charges?
various charges unrelated to this case. But their arrest is definitely associated with this investigation.
Wait, what does that mean?
That means that these individuals were wanted for other things and arrested for those other things, but a homicide arrest is pending.
So you're working with the DA's office right now, you're trying to hold him on, I'm guessing like a parole violation or something other, some kind of other charges?
Yeah, the arrests that they were made were for other offenses that were already committed. Warrants for their arrest, holds by other, whether it's other departments as well, but the homicide charging is forthcoming.
Do you believe, or have any reason to believe this Nishita's murder was more than a crime of opportunity?
Not at this point. We don't have information to indicate anything different than this being a crime of opportunity, but I think our investigation continues, and I think once we are able to apprehend the third suspect and we charge all three of these suspects with homicide, I think we'll better understand all of their roles and motives for actually committing the crime.
I'm sorry, where were they arrested?
I'm not going to give the specific cities and areas again. We are looking for another suspect at this time.
All right,
I don't
one
want
last
to
question.
disclose that information.
Will you be able to supply a photo of the guy that's at large?
Not at this point. We are looking for this individual. I think once we feel like it's appropriate for us to release the photo to the media, we will if we need the public's help apprehending it.
Okay, but no name, no photo.
Not at this point.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.